Michael Moore, the de facto spokesman of the fanatic left. He was on Bill Maher's show and he said the Democrats are going to win the midterms, and he thanked the Supreme Court for reminding women that they're second-class citizens when they overturned Roe v. Wade. He seemed to be saying that women are going to turn out in droves to vote for Democrats because of Roe v. Wade, while completely ignoring all of the other issues that affect women in 2022. He's making it seem as though he's worried about women's rights, which is a tactic that the left often uses. They want it to seem as though they are full of compassion and they're worried about the downtrodden. Their compassion is really just a veil of words meant to push the downtrodden to the ballot box to vote Democrat. Actions speak louder than words. What have the Democrats done to help women? In some cases, they've taken no action. In some cases, they've probably done more harm than good. So when we hear liberals like Michael Moore speaking about women's rights, what we should really be looking at is their actions. And when we look at their actions or lack thereof, we realize that what Michael Moore's actually doing is hiding behind abortion and women to distract from the fact that their progressive agenda has basically turned into a dumpster fire. Abortion has basically become the very undersized tree that Michael Moore and his liberal cronies are trying to hide behind. So while Michael Moore tries to stuff himself behind that abortion tree, let's take a look at some of the things that he is really hoping that women ignore in the midterm elections. How about the word woman itself? Getting a liberal to use the word woman is like trying to get Biden to the southern border. You tend to hear the word woman only in relation to abortion. Liberals are trying to eradicate the words mother and mom. We now have birthing people. We're scolded by the left to trust science, but we're told by the same people that men can menstruate and carry a child to term. Women can't have their own sports anymore. How many women are losing opportunities to biological males who have gone through 1 year of hormone therapy? What about Women of the Year awards? Biological women are losing opportunities to promote the work they're doing to biological males who have transitioned. How long have we heard your body, your choice, except when it comes down to COVID vaccines? Does Michael Moore think that women don't have a concern about drugs such as fentanyl coming across the southern border that's made to look like candy? What about the rising price of fuel? We're moving into the winter months and energy bills are going up. What about inflation? When the Democrats put together a bill to fight inflation, it was in name only. It was applauded by the climate change fanatics, and economists said it would do almost nothing to fight inflation. For liberal Democrats, it's about agenda first. Inflation wasn't on their agenda, but climate change is. And honestly, I don't think women are at this point either. But you would think inflation would be a bigger deal. Michael Moore, of all people, is probably getting walloped on the cost of food. Maybe he can't afford it, and that's why he's lost so much weight. Somebody should get that guy a sandwich because he's clearly starving. Just make sure it doesn't have any meat on it. See, liberals don't want anyone to eat meat because it contributes to climate change and it makes Mother Earth sad. Actually, Mother Earth doesn't exist anymore because that was too gender specific. The point I'm trying to make is that there are a lot of other issues out there besides abortion that the left and Michael Moore don't want to talk about. The reason that they don't want to talk about them is they're primarily the cause of them. So after 2 years of waging war on women, the liberal Democrats think that women are just going to ignore all that and focus on the one single issue that the Democrats are currently hiding behind in order to get themselves through the midterm elections. I think the liberal Democrats are taking women for granted. I don't think women are single issue voters. Now, I may be wrong, but I personally think that Michael Moore and his liberal cronies need a much bigger tree to hide behind.